everyone. Just wanted to bring a quick word because I haven't brought a word in a minute, and just to say what's on my heart and what's in my mind, because I think I fell victim to myself, or I fell victim to my circumstances temporarily, because health-wise and in some other areas of my life, I've been going through some pretty difficult challenges, and I just kind of put the videos on hold. I still would give an encouraging word here or there, even through those times, but I wasn't putting the videos out there the way that I should have. And just something that's weighed heavily on my mind is sometimes we are putting our own feet in our own mouths. Sometimes we are putting our feet in our own mouth. Sometimes we are our own roadblocks. Sometimes we can't get to the blessings that we desire in our heart because we are putting up our own roadblocks. We're speaking negativity over things that shouldn't be spoken negatively. It's like, well, I want to start my own business, but everybody else is doing that, or such and such has been doing it for a while, and people gonna go where they gonna go. And instead of saying, hey, so and so has a business, I seek a similar business. Our business practices are different. Our mindsets are different. I'm not knocking what they're doing, and prayerfully they won't knock what I'm doing. And there's enough bread out there. There's enough meat out there for everybody to eat. So we gotta stop putting our own mouths, setting them as traps to catch our own feet, because we think so negatively about ourselves. Had someone continuously doubted themselves, even the devices that we record our videos on, these devices that we walk around that allows us to mobilely talk to other people, had the person that invented that never, ever said, hey, I'm going to invent a mobile phone. Hey, I'm going to add a camera to it. Hey, instead of just taking pictures, I'm going to add video to it. Somebody had the initial vision. And it may not have been the same person who had the initial vision, because if people remember, cell phones started out as bag phones. They weren't truly mobile phones. They plugged into the cars, and they were very expensive to use because we accumulated all of these roaming charges. But we were happy to be riding around with this phone that was in a bag. And then after the phone came out of the bag, we had these huge cell phones, and then flip phones and all these other devices. Remember when it used to take forever to text? But then somebody else created a better device, and now we have phones that a flip phone isn't the thing to have anymore. We can actually have our screens flip this way and flip that way. We have video, audio, we can record notes, we can write full books, and that's what I've used mine for. I've written full books using my cell phone device. So just because somebody had a vision doesn't mean that it takes away from your vision. Somebody may had a partial vision, and then somebody else adds onto that vision, and then it keeps adding and keep adding, and then it becomes a totally different product. So maybe there's something out there that you want to create, or that that you're good at, or that you're even grand at, but you haven't put it out there into the atmosphere because you are afraid. Stop being afraid of yourself. Stop putting your own foot in your own mouth and get up and do something. Stop speaking negativity over your life. You may not have done it yet, but that doesn't mean that you're not capable of doing it. You know, get up, grab a paper, pen, write down your thoughts. It may look crazy on paper, but at least you are developing a plan, no matter how sloppy it looks on paper. Get it out of your head, put it on paper, speak it into the atmosphere. Figure out how you're going to get at least one of those products out there, just one. Like for me, with the tutus, never knew it would go any further than a mason jar. I made my first tutu on a mason jar, and now I've made hundreds of tutus. And just having somebody speak into me and say, hey, add something else to it. Just add another spin on it and make it yours. And doing that, and then continuously doing that, I was able to create a tutu that went from a mason jar, then it went to a wire basket, and then it went from the mason jar to a wire basket, and then it became a wearable tutu. And where in the world did that come from? And it was self-taught. And I see other tutus, but I still say, because I know the precision in which I use, that's not my tutu. If I see it somewhere else, even if it's ruffled up, I know my tutu from anyone else's tutu, and I don't have to second guess it. So all it starts out is with a seed, faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all I had, was faith the size of a mustard seed, and a little push and a little encouragement from someone else, and writing things on paper and speaking it into existence, and taking my shyness away from it, because I was so shy, and I was like, how do I even promote this? But we gotta stop selling ourselves short. When I wrote my first book, I was like, I don't even know who my audience is gonna be. I don't even know. There were other people who actually bought my book before I actually saw the finished product. I saw it on the screen. But people were already ordering my book, my first book, and they had it. And I remember then he was my boyfriend, not my husband. I remember that he ordered my first book for me. And just when he handed me the package, and I was sitting here trying to figure out, well, what is this? And he had already ordered my book. And just to see that book in its finality, just to see it printed, and just to see my name written on it, and just to know that I put in the work, that it didn't happen overnight, that it wasn't something that happened like, boom, bam, wrote a book in 2 days. It took years to do it. That first book took years to do it. But here I am sitting in a world that's full of tutus, that's full of books, written 3 books, and working on more, and events, and just different things, and completing my Christian counseling, and then being able to speak in the house of the Lord in different places and different platforms, and just being able to say, hey, God, I know that there's even more in me, and removing the negativity that I used to have over my own life, taking my own foot out of my own mouth, and speaking peace over my life, and speaking praise into and positivity into anything there is in my life that I feel that I desire to do. I know that I'm able to do whatever God gives me the strength and power to do it. If it is in God's will, it will get done. So today, my challenge is to you, whatever it is that you desire to do, stop sitting. Sitting's not going to get you anywhere. Stop sitting and start standing in your blessing. Start standing in your future. Boss up. Boss up. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.